Hello everyone. Can you guys see me and hear me? Walaikum assalam Aminu. How are you? Hi Blender Forever. Just give me a second. Let me just fix my background. The screen share, of course, it is not working. Now it works. Hi Alberto. How are you? So yeah, I started 15 minutes early. So about 12 minutes early. So that's fine, I guess, as long as we have a chat before we start. So yeah, what you see on screen, tickets have been booked, and me and Sharik and I are going together for this. So 3 days are complete training, and 2 days we have in buffer. So to meet partners there and meet the community members, so we can plan a meetup. So I have dropped a Telegram link in there, so you can join if you are in Dubai and want to catch up. Cool. That was the first thing. Yeah. So what you see on screen is a PR that we started working on in the last episode. I think Thursday morning. Hi Tayyab. Tayyab XDA. Yeah. So yeah. So this PR basically will help us implement the trigger node that we were trying to, the on schedule trigger node, right? So this Songkush suggested we use Frappe.job, and then frequency and cron format we'll be able to get in that. And then also we added a unique key in database level for frequency conformated method. Earlier it was like dependent on the method, so you can only schedule like the same method once. But now so these were the two problems we were facing while implementing the trigger node, and now I think it is sorted. Cool. So I also wrote some tests. Thanks for Ankush on guiding me on this. Learned quite a bit actually. But yeah, it's finally merged, and but there is one small sad thing. Now Hazelnode will, since this is not yet backported, only work on nightly as of now. No V15. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I did 3 small things today. First is change the execution log that engine to MySM, so it doesn't roll back when we roll back if something goes wrong. So logs are to be kept, right? Second major thing I did was, I can show you in code, that's much better. Yeah, I was playing around with Frappe Manager. So they have released a new version of Frappe Manager, and it's cool. It can run multiple sites simultaneously. The first version didn't. Yeah, webhook handler, right? So what was happening is, when we first implemented it, we said like execute it. If something goes wrong, we were just creating the log, and whoever was making the request saw it as a success, which is an issue because payment provider stops retrying. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So now what happens is, I added a raise exception in the workflow execute method, that if something goes wrong, right, will raise an exception, and then any trigger that's want to handle it can pass through and then handle it themselves, right? So here it says the webhook response status was failure, and then it throws. So if you try to make a request and something goes wrong while executing the workflow, it will just mark it as failed. That's what it does. That was the refactor I did, right? Raise on workflow failure. and also detailed execution logs. So we did implement some traceback thing, right? Let's okay, did I stop bench? Of course I did, to save battery, because at that time my laptop was dying. Cool, let's go back, refresh. Yeah, so if you search for any failure log, we implemented this part, right, that it shows the traceback. But what I did was I added this thing. After each node, it will log its context, which means the input parameters and also the output. So that's that. I can't see output here, maybe because of the failure. But if you see any new latest one, right, it will have the API call. Okay, for some reason. So for that I had to do some rollback save point magic to keep it sane. But here is where it happens. So it sets the output, right, whatever comes from the execute, right, whatever the node returns. In this case, if the HTTP node returns something, right, let's say it returns the response. Let's return this instead, right? Now since we are able to log it, so let's remove the debug prints. Now output, right? So let me just check. So I added a new doc type called execution node log, and here is the output. This should be read only. Yeah, it is. So let's go back and check why was it not logging the output. Wait. I think I get it now. If I go to execution log, right? So here I have to set this as JSON. So we are storing everything as JSON because these are Python dictionaries and whatnot, right? So now it should work. Let's try it. So if I go to any webhook listener that we implemented a few episodes ago, I just wrote a simple script, right, that will let me make the call right from here. Made a call, handler accepted it, and now if I go to the workflow, I can see the latest execution log, right? In that, it should give me the output, which is null. Okay, that's weird. Output is null, which means this execute method return null, which is weird because if I check the logs, right, the parameters were correct, the context was also given, but why is the output null? Maybe response.json is null. This is weird. So let's fix that first. Node.execute, and this is the node execute method. Let's hit a breakpoint and make a request again. Okay, let's go to bench. So let's check response. Come on, let me just debug. Response was 200. Response.json, what does it return? Okay, so here everything looks correct. It even logged it. Let's check the execution log again. Maybe we didn't do something correctly. Again it's null. Shouldn't have been, right? Because here it returns response.json, and then here we are storing it inside output. Wait, now I get it. I think Hazelnode, like this is not actually talking, this is talking to this guy, and this guy should return whatever the object returns, which means whatever this class or this execute method returns, it should just forward it to this. Okay, so I got the issue now. Now it will definitely work. Let's make the request again to the webhook, go back, check the latest execution log, right? If I check the output, pong, nice. So walaikum assalam. Thanks Susan for your effort. Just question, are you explaining about customization in general or custom apps? So in this particular Hazelnode series, we are building a custom app or a product, not customizations. Yeah. So this is done. Let's say we commit, right? This should be committed. This should be committed, and this should be committed. Okay. Fix return and store execute output. Node execute output. Cool. Let's push it. Okay. So first task done. I'm feeling a little hot here. So let me just remove the jacket. It's too much now. So summer is coming to India. Yeah, so what's on the list for today? Actually keep a list in the notebook. Schedule event, right? Which we left off. So we were adding a schedule handler which could handle it, but we were not actually able to listen to it, right? So how do we do it now? So let's open up our notes. So what we were discussing, predefined schedule jobs, okay, cron, everything through con. So this is what I'm inclined towards, that we manage our own stuff, right? And for that we also created a doc type, if you recall, which was schedule Hazel schedule event or something. Yeah. So we said every 1 minute. Okay, pass schedule info as arguments. Where is it? Where is this coming from? Oh, somewhere something I did. Insert single event. Yeah. So shouldn't have gone with this. Now this is no longer required. This thing we removed, right? As Ankush suggested, this is not the right way to go. So let's remove that. Let's get back. Hit save. Okay. Runtime object has now attribute name. What's happening? Let's fix the code. So Hazel event scheduled event.py file. Here dot name. Okay. Okay, I should have included this in the PR. Oh, why didn't I? But maybe we are better off without it. Let's jump into framework. Schedule job type dot py insert single event. Okay, this is the thing. It just creates this doc type, right? So it could basically return the doc, right? That maybe makes it easy for us. Or what's the other way? To copy code, right? Copy this code for now. Yeah, let's copy this. I'll copy it right here. Now we don't want to import it from there. Let's format the imports. Okay. So now we can make it do whatever we want, right? So we can do return doc. So instead of insert and get single event, whatever we want to call it. Okay. Cron Hazelnode dot handle, and this should be the cron expression, right? And on delete, right? On the delete, we were writing that delete this job type, right? Let's try it out now. So let's save. Okay, didn't create, or did it create? Let's check schedule job type list. It did create this one, but and correct cron, but it didn't like it didn't. Okay, didn't is the word today. I should delete this. Okay, so the issue is this should be dot name. Now it makes sense. So maybe let's split it into two lines so we don't miss it. Job type doc equal to this thing, and then it will be job type doc dot name. Cool. Let's go back. Let's hit save. As you can see, now it is set, and we should make this so if we check, this is the thing, right, that got created. So now it will call our handler. Nice. But the second thing we can do is this is nice. Okay. Okay. What if two workflows listen to the same cron format? In that case, we can't map this cron expression directly to the workflow. So let's edit doc type. Let's remove workflow here. Let's mark this read only cron expression. For now, I will leave it at that. Cool. So it is the cron expression and the job type. And now we don't want to delete this job type, because if I create one more event, okay, wait, now we won't create multiple events, right? So delete makes sense. Let's just delete now. So I'll keep this open in a duplicate current tab. If you see, the job exists, right? And I will go back and delete this thing. So to test our after delete hook, it should also delete the job. Okay, let's go back. Gone, right? Nice. Hi, Gansham. So now everything seems to work. Okay. Like, not commit work, but at least some of it works. Yeah. So if I create a new event, let's say star 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 4? How many? Cron tab. At every minute, wait, yeah, at every minute. As you can see, it created a job, right? Let's go there. And you will see it should have placed it inside the queue. Come on. Yeah, as you can see, it is calling our handler, and it should call it every minute, right? This one. Let's wait for a minute and see if it gets triggered again. If it does, now we can go to handle because it is triggering. Let's wait for a minute. It got queued again. As you can see, we can filter by job name. Come on. Filter doesn't work. Okay, filter doesn't work for some reason. But yeah, as you can see, it is queued and cool. So it is working. But now it is up to us how we handle that handler, right? So we even wrote some code to handle it. Now we don't need daily for now. Handler dot handle, and then dot handle takes two things: frequency, cron expression. I don't think we need frequency anymore. As we said, we'll treat cron expression as the single source of truth. We don't need frequency, and Frappe won't pass us this here, right? It will be instead Frappe dot job dot cron format, right? And let's paste it here. Cool. We don't need that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's handle daily. What? Wait. What job it is? Is it queuing? Handle. So how do we check if it is properly calling our, yeah, it is queued, right? Execute if applicable. If workflow trigger get cron expression, if it doesn't match, right, we return. If it does match, we enqueue the workflow which is listening to this. Okay. Okay. 0 seconds. It is calling the proper thing. But how do we check? Okay, let's do one thing. So if it is reaching here, right? Frappe.log error, it reaches to an, okay, it won't reach here if there is no workflow listening, but let's make one of the workflows listening to it, right? So we can go into send HTTP request, make it listen to schedule event, and then give it a cron expression which should match the one we have entered in the event, which is getting triggered, right? So that is this every minute. Okay, hit save, and now let's see if this workflow gets executed every minute. So every minute it will make a HTTP request. Cool. Let's wait and watch. In the UI, we will make sure that user doesn't have to type this schedule event directly cron expression, right? In the front end, we'll do something that will generate this cron expression somehow. Okay, I think 1 minute passed. Okay, let's check the background jobs. Yeah, it triggered this. Okay. And as you can see, it triggered with this cron expression, like the context basically. So yeah, getting triggered. I mean, I don't know if this will work or not, because in Mac it has some problems with NQDoc for some reason. I tried to debug it but can't seem to find a solution. It will just say something and fail. That is what's happening since the past 2 days. Come on, please get executed. See, it will just die off. Hi Prashant, how are you? Come on. Okay, let's do one thing. We can also frappe.log error executing workflow name. Cool. Now we wait for error log. Executing workflow. Okay, error is 21. It means like it takes 2 arguments. Second is the error. So it is trying to execute the workflow, as you can see. So, but like the workflow is not getting executed in the background. That's Mac specific issue. So let's just wait for 1 minute and see. I want something to pop up automatically. That's it. Just 1 more minute now. I'm good, Prashant. How are you? Any minute now. Literally. Hmm. One minute has passed. Let's see. This background job stuff is okay. Just wait and watch. Come on. Now it is not showing up here as well. What is the use of it? Okay, it is queued. Let's see, RQ workers. All are busy, 100% utilization. Okay. As you can see, that got finished, so that means error log. Yeah. So let's just delete that event. This is working. So if somehow it gets executed, I will try to figure it out, like why it doesn't work on Mac. But yeah, that's why you need to get it to, what do you say, Hazel event, schedule event. Yeah, let's delete it every minute because, okay, but at least it works now. So it's time to commit. We didn't know, we don't need this now, and we can revert the changes we did in hooks.py file. Let's say feet. What is it? Schedule event trigger. And we can do this. So now if we go back to our notes, if you see, we have conquered our third trigger. UI wise, I don't know, but we have it figured out. That's what I'll say. So if you check the triggers folder now, we have arranged it in such a way as well that we have 3.py files for 3 triggers. This is the webhook handler that listens to webhooks and then triggers workflows. This is the schedule handler that triggers based on a schedule that manages all of it. And then there is the document event handler that will help us trigger stuff based on document events. Okay, right. So for starters, new, on change, and on delete. Cool. What next? That first cut is shipped for everything, and now just polishing, etc. Okay. Now it's time for FC site, right? Let's push the latest changes. And then I go back to frappecloud.com, dashboard beta, benches, build with SN. Let's update everything. As you can see, this is the latest update. I will update everything. Cool. Okay. Let it deploy. Should be fast because a lot of it is cached. Okay. So action nodes, now it is easier than ever. It should just have an execute method and define what params it needs, right? So there were some other stuff that came to my mind, right? Okay, this later stuff, right? Handle deletes. What happens to listener when workflow no longer requires and vice versa? Ah, okay. So we can have a cleanup. Okay. This should be 0.1 for later. 0.2 will be clean schedule events on a schedule. Ha. Hazel schedule events on a schedule. When no workflow is listening on a particular, so we can say to do cron expression. Cool. So now if you realize, right now what Hazelnode can do is, when you go and see a workflow, it can listen to a webhook, right, and trigger actions. It can listen to a document event, right, and then trigger actions. Three triggers, one action, which is just very basic action. But there is one thing, so you will realize this when we deploy it to Frappe Cloud. Let's come from there. Whatever issues are there, we'll resolve and deploy. Today is that big task. So one issue I already know, that is two issues I know that are going to happen. So let's wait and watch. So yeah, future ideas. Till then we were writing which, where is it? Yeah, later point. Trigger verb flow. So let's have node ideas, right? What all nodes should go in Hazelnode in the future. So one of them is Frappe client node. This will basically help us talk to external Frappe sites. Talk to external Frappe sites. Nice. Right. So I imagine this use case because from frappecloud.com we were talking to our central ERP next instance, which is frappe.io, right, to create invoices. In that case it can be useful. Second is HTTP polling node, right? Poll an endpoint at a specified well, although this is a combination of the schedule trigger, right, plus an HTTP node. That's it. So maybe we won't implement it. The user, I can write a guide in the docs how to achieve this, but yeah. What else? FOSS nodes. So this will be either a separate app that brings in these nodes, or like we implement some popular ones, Chatwood. Cool. Etc. What else popular FOSS stuff? Later. Flow nodes. So instead of this if else, now I have a better idea. Loop batch will be there, that is a separate thing, but there will be paths which will help us implement conditionals. Cool. Yeah, UI, we still have to figure out the UI. Right now it will display the workflow, but it won't let you model it from the UI. So as soon as we are done with so I think in the next episode we should start with the UI. Maybe one more node, that is send email, and then we will be ready to go for the UI stuff. So the major refactor I can think of will come, data modeling refactor will come when we try to implement flows. Right now it's just a child table, right? So execute one node and the second child, then third child, then fourth child. But if we want something I saw in Zapier, right? Let's open up our whiteboard again. So where is it? Hazelnode. This thing, right? Paths. So basically a path node which has sub nodes, and then each has its own rules, kind of. If only go down this path, literally, if some condition is true, right? So that's that. Cool. So On UI stuff we will have to spend a lot of time, but don't worry, we'll do it. Yeah, it's pushing the image. Till then I will just start the front end and see what's the state of it right now. So as of now it looks like this. It can list your workflows. You can enable, disable them from here, right? You can see it has just one node. So right now it doesn't show trigger node because we refactored it. Remember, we refactored it. So now it is stored separately. Trigger type, trigger config. Similarly, these are node parameters. So yeah, first thing we'll do is we will remove this thing and bring back the trigger here, and also get this working so user can add new nodes, right? So yeah, that's that. If something I'm missing, yeah, this is done. So after deploying to FC, we'll see what we have to do, because I'm pretty sure there are some issues that are going to come. Cool, it is installing. Let the new bench install. As you can see, it has Hazelnode now. The commit is the latest one. Awesome. Let's check framework. It is also 46 minutes before. What is this new PR? This is often requested feature from support teams who want to log in as another user to check. Building a full-fledged name probably not feasible. This allows admin to log in as any user. Measures taken to avoid potential abuse. Activity log is immediately created. User who gets persisted pill on navbar indicating their employer as other name. Any changes where track changes enabled will log who actually made the change, and it will show up in timeline. User you impersonate will be notified. Nice. New feature. Yeah, the next FAQ episode is on Wednesday as usual. So it's a Wednesday thing. Cool. Now let's create a new site. I want Hazelnode, Mumbai. Frappe team plan. Let's call this Hazelnode.frappecloud. So nobody takes it after this. Cool. Let the site be created. It will probably fail. I don't know. It should not fail. Oh, the bench didn't fail, right? So the app got built properly. Let's check the bench logs, the deploy logs. I didn't take a look. So when Hazelnode was getting installed, what was the logs? Some chunks are larger than 500 KB. Consider using dynamic. Yeah, that is for later. So it was able to do stuff. TAN stack router and everything. Okay, so everything worked. Building for production. Cool. So yeah. Yeah, Hazelnode is active. How can we customize standard fields in ERP Next? Standard fields in ERP Next. You want, maybe you want to add new fields. So customize form is all you have for customizing fields. So do learn about that. Like if you can search customize form, it will let you know. In Google you can search customize form Frappe. Apps, right? So let's visit this site. let's visit slash Hazelnode. Oh, maybe we should first set up complete setup wizard. It's my site, right? Let me complete setup wizard. Earlier in dashboard 1 there used to be a button called complete setup wizard. Oh, maybe we can do build with Hussain at gmail.com. Yeah, and now let's check the doc type list. Hazelnode and everything is there, so let's try to visit slash Hazelnode now. Hazelnode, let's see what happens. No workflows, so let's try to create a new workflow. My new workflow. Which Frappe framework course? MK Chaudhary, can you confirm? Oh, as you can see the issue. Let's open JavaScript console. There is an error 400. Let's see network. CSRF token error. Awesome. So this is one of the issues I knew. So let's fix that first. So if you check index.html, right, you will see that we are attaching CSRF token to the window, right? But we are not using it anywhere. So this should be used in our request.ts. Before making any request to Frappe, right, we should attach the CSRF token here. So what will be the name of that header? Let's find out. HTMX. Yeah, I recently added that to the HTMX demo app as well. So this is the header you need to add. That will be window.csrf token. Come on. Won't let me. Yeah, but it should fix that issue. So instead of redoing this, what we can do is we can build locally bench build dash app Hazelnode. Right, and now if I go to Hazelnode port 8000 slash Hazelnode, as you can see now it was able to make a request. So that's the fix. I don't know how to fix the type, so let's search window TypeScript. Which should we use? This looks like the way to go. Global, it will define window CSRF token string. Yeah, declare. Thanks, Akash. Oh, thanks for joining in. I was saying declare global is the right way. Cool. And then this is something else. That's fine. So now if type error is gone, nice. So now we can hit commit global.ts and then this. Okay, this should go into git ignore. It is already in git ignore, then why is it hazelnode /ww/hazelnode.html? And what I have done, oh, hazelnode.html, maybe this should be okay. It's front end hazelnode /www/frontend.html, right? So why is it not ignoring this thing? It's already in git ignore. So okay, it is untracked, right? I'm not sure. Oh, it is now hazelnode.html. Okay, let's do one thing. It should ignore both. Gone? Thanks. Because I think earlier we called it front end and it still has that in the folder. Cool, we could have deleted it, but fine. Okay, so fix CS attach CSRF token to requests. Frappe request especially. Frappe request. Cool. And I will tell you one more issue that we will see in Frappe Cloud. Let's go back. If you see node type list, right? Or if you try to create a new workflow, you will see there are no trigger types and there are no nodes, right? What is happening here? That is happening because we have to export fixtures. These are not doc types or schema, right? That goes in the JSON file automatically. Hi Louis, welcome back. So if you go to Hazelnode type list, these are all, what do you say, documents, and they are in the database. So for this to work, right, we have to export them as fixture. And what I will do is, I will do what Frappe does, follow the same pattern. I will add a checkbox, is standard, right? And in bulk, make this 3 standard. And then to export fixtures, we need to go into hooks.py file and we will do it right below this fixtures, and we have to tell it 2 things. First is the name of the doc type and the filters we want to apply. So fixtures Frappe As you can see, this is the pattern. So you give it dt, which is the doc type. In this case it will be Hazelnode type, and then filters. So these fixtures are used to create custom fields as well. That is the major use case for this. Okay, this is a simple example. So yeah, our filter will be is standard is 1. So export all of those. So for that we need to run this command. We want to export fixtures. This is the command for exporting fixtures, and it exported all the fixtures with is standard. So this will basically create a folder, right? Fixtures. In there it will create a JSON file with that data. So trigger document event, right? So it should have updated 4 of this. Nice. Cool. Let's push this to GitHub. Fix import. Okay, let's push core export standard node types as fixtures. I think I have a video in Frappe framework tutorial if you want to learn more about this fixture hook. Wait. I don't want my message to go away. Cool. So these 2 issues are gone. Let's update our Frappe cloud site now. frappecloud.com dashboard beta. We have to first update the bench. Hazelnode. As you can see, that's the latest commit has been already pulled. This close button doesn't work, so let's update Hazelnode. Cool. So yeah, now after we are done with that, this records, this 1 2 3 4, right, will be exported. Nice. One more thing is, I don't know, what if the user goes and deletes it? We should not allow. Okay, maybe we are over optimizing right now, but I think this should do. Oh, we need to export events as well. Hazelnode event type. Okay, so here also we need to have some kind of yeah, for now we can do the same thing what we did for. Let's take a quick break. So yeah, as I was speaking, we also need to export this events that are related to the standard node types, right? So that advanced filtering we won't get from simple fixtures, right? As of now, what I will do is I will just export them separately. Hazel, what is it called? Node event type. We have to rename this, and they will have the same filters. Later we'll replace this fixtures thing with our own code that runs after migrate or something. There is a hook that will let us do that. Yeah, later. For now, I'll just add a checkbox here as well. I want to expose this post is standard cool, and I will again run export fixtures. Cool. Here is the, yeah, here are the exported fixtures. Chore export node event type as fixtures. Cool. Okay, import issue somewhere. I don't know why Rough doesn't automatically format imports. Cool. Let's go back. Let's see if our deploy is successful. Site is on the latest. Let's visit site. Hazelnode. Now we should be able to create new workflows. My new workflow. Create. Awesome. So yeah, we achieved two big things. One is that trigger node. Other was, let's enable it. The thing is, okay, let's visit /app as well. Now I will check Hazelnode type list. As you can see, whatever you exported as fixtures is now exported nicely. And we need to do some housekeeping here. This should be read only, maybe, for standard stuff. This should also be read only. If they are not in development mode, this all should be somehow read only. That's the thing. So we can do that now or maybe later. Cool. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I think we are pretty good, solid on track. We have been able to, yeah, let's write a send email node quickly so we get the hang of the flow as well. So first of all, I need to create a new doc, right? Hazelnode.localhost 8000 node type. It should be this. Third-party developers will have to follow this procedure. We'll document it, don't worry. Send email. It's an action. It should be standard. And as you can see, we need to have a handler class For that we'll go into nodes, and in the nodes maybe we should have a subfolder called actions. In there I will create this new node called send email node.py. Here I will create a class, right, which will inherit inherit send email node def execute, right. Yeah, this is the node, and we need to implement this abstract method. Cool. So now the path will be Hazelnode dot nodes dot. Okay, one more thing before that, we need to create a init.py file. Cool. Nodes dot actions dot send email node so the developer has to just do this once. Okay, send an email, right. To start with, it will take two things: recipient, spelling is wrong for sure, recipient, body. Okay, we need to implement some more field types, but that's fine. So recipient body, recipient body, recipient body. Okay, field name is required. Cool. I don't know if this will have event types. Will it? There is only one event, send email. Or maybe this should be called email node, right. Let's rename it to email, right, and then it has an event called send email. This will also be standard, and that two parameters will come here. Cool. So let's rename this file to email node. So this will handle everything. So later on I'm also thinking that you could listen to emails in the system, right, that whenever an incoming email comes, you want to trigger something. In that case, we'll have some more trigger stuff here as well, but yeah, that's for later. Yeah, so what will this do? This will just do frappe.sendMail, import Frappe, yeah, I will leave it to do. So this gives us a good idea. You create a file, and you also need to export fixtures. So this is a good candidate for documentation. As you can see, email title is cool. It's not a feat, it's like a chore. sample email node. But this is the flow any custom app developer will follow. Instead of fixtures, they will somehow create this doc types. They will check if Hazelnode is installed and they can do it. I will write some documentation later on. But yeah, they just need to execute, implement this, and they should be good to go. Let's hit commit, sync changes, and let's also check, make sure CI is not failing. Yeah, CI is not failing, so that's fine. Cool. Yeah, I think we can close the session now. We didn't implement it, but we can have a yellow mark here that we did experiment with it. CRUD documents, it can be one more action node, right? And it can have different events: create, read, update, delete. So Telegram I will remove, we don't need that as of now. Third party nodes will have some other idea. Okay, as well. Cool. Yeah, I think we are good to go from the backend front now. So backend front, look what I did there. Okay, so now starting next episode we'll start focusing on the UI, right? And mostly UI, and then as we go we'll try to keep the backend up to date with whatever we may require in the front end. So yeah, okay, come on. What's happening? Why is this? Let's restart the server. Yeah, maybe restarting the Yarn server worked. Cool. Yeah, anything else you would like to discuss? You said we have a curriculum for Frappe framework course. Actually, I want to join advanced Frappe framework course. That is not a thing yet. We have plans for it, but yeah, I think somewhere I had written this. I don't remember now. Let me just, yeah, sorry for that. I'll just look for it, the file. I did mention that. My pages, yeah, got it. Let me just switch to screen share. Yeah. So prerequisites, ideally already you should have completed the Frappe framework certification, or at least know whatever is covered in that thing. For that you can check the batches page. Basic knowledge of Vue.js, right? So the syllabus would have been Frappe UI, virtual doc types, desk pages, query builder, end-to-end tests, custom classes, whitelisted methods, etc. So 11th of December. But yeah, I hope MK this answers your question. Cool. Yeah, thanks for joining. If you are still there, drop a emoji or something. Hi, Piriam. Cool. Bye, everyone, then. We'll see you in the next episode where we will shift tracks and work more on the front end now. So we have to get the workflow thing going. So anybody should be able to come, select a trigger, add some actions, and boom, it should work. Yep. And we also want to show the logs to them in a nice way in the front end. So yeah, that's for next episode. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks again. Special thanks to Akash for joining as well. Thanks, Akash.